What up, YouTube? Team Movies here with Last Christmas opening. Well, technically today, but yeah, it's actually released tomorrow. Since it is a romantic film that takes place during Christmas, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite romantic Christmas movies. Because there's some really good ones to go by. I mean, you could go with like stuff from Hallmark or the Iraqro, whatever. So, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Christmas romantic films. A good thing is, films, some of these films you can actually watch both Valentine's Day and Christmas. So, anyway, alright, coming in at number 10, it's a comic called Just Friends. Now, this film stars Ryan Reynolds as this former high school student named Chris Banders, who ends up like back in the days, Ryan Reynolds' character, he should have been like pretty chubby. Like they actually used like a full on bodysuit on Ryan Reynolds' character, and so like years later, he ends up falling for like his best friend named Jamie Palomino, played by Amy Smart, and he ends up finally confessing his feeling until she tells him that she just wants to be just friends and all. But he of course ends up leaving town in shame, and so like 10 years later, he ends up pretty much successfully recording an executive and also is involved with this surf pop star named Samantha James, played by Anna Faris. But not to mention Jamie ends up coming back into his life, and Just Friends is really hilarious. I mean, it is, comedy. It, it technically does take place around the holiday season, and I really like how they gave Ryan Reynolds a fat suit in this movie. I mean, he becomes like a chubby guy in the beginning, but then he becomes, of course, Ryan Reynolds down the next couple of scenes. Yeah, Just Friends, I've always found this movie to be really cute, charming. It's directed by Roger Campbell, who also gave us Cruel Intentions. You also had Chris Klein was in this. Really, it's a really nice, charming little rom-com. If you guys never seen Just Friends, give it a go. It's been a while since I've seen this movie. I think I rewatched that film again. Alright.
What bar you at?
Coming in at number 9, it is a TV movie, but it's really good. Number 9, it's 12 Dates of Christmas. Now this also stars Amy Smart. I mean, I always adore Amy Smart. I wish she could do more stuff now. But anyway, here's Amy Smart. Plays like this young woman who ends up reliving the same first date on Christmas Eve over and over. So it's pretty much like Groundhog Day. And so of course, in an attempt to win her ex-boyfriend back on Christmas Eve, she ends up ruining her blind date with this guy named Miles, who's like this handsome guy that she's been, set up with and all. And so, Kate ends up pretty much giving a chance to relive Christmas Eve 12 times a day. And, besides Amy Smart, it also stars Mark Paul Gosselaar, who, of course, played Zach Morris on Saved by the Bell fame. Now, this was actually a ABC Family film. Obviously, it was on ABC Family before they changed it to Freeform. But 12 Days of Christmas is a really nice rom-com. It's probably maybe one of my favorite Christmas TV movies ever is. It's cute, charming. Amy Smart was great. Like her and Mark Paul both had really good chemistry with one another. If you guys haven't really seen 12 Days of Christmas, give it a go. It's a really good one. Alright. Coming in at number 8, it's Dear Santa. Now, it stars Josh Whedon's on-screen gal, Amy Acker. Of course, Amy Acker done loads of films with Josh Whedon, like Cabin in the Woods and all that. It's not to mention Amy Acker was in that Gifted show. And anyway, Acker plays this character named Krista, who's this rich party girl who ends up finding a girl's letter pretty much where she has to find this girl's letter to father to Father Christmas in the street, which of course asks her for a new mother, and Chris ends up deciding to change her ways again. She knows the girl and her father, and of course there's a romance that happens between her and the father I mentioned. Now this is actually a Lifetime movie. Now Lifetime films could be hit and misses once in a while. I quite got a kick out of Avatar Saturn. Like you also starred Beverly Hills 90210 along Jason Priestley. Really, this actress named Brooklyn Briox played the young girl in this. I mean, yeah, yeah, Dear Santa is a really nice, charming rom com. A great performances by Amy Acker and the other cast. Like if you guys haven't seen Dear Santa, they play this one around Lifetime a lot, and it's really nice. Alright. Coming in at number 7. Now I was a little tempted to add this one in this list because I wasn't really sure to consider it as a romance, but technically there is romance that happens in it. And it's of course about Santa this time around trying to find love and all that. Number 7 goes to the Santa Claus 2. Now the first Santa Claus had Tim Allen in it, who ends up accidentally killing Santa Claus, and he takes the mantle to become a Santa. But this time around, you got Tim Allen back as Scott Calvin, who might no longer end up being Santa anymore until he finds Mrs. Wright, and he needs to find Mrs. Claus. And to top that, he also finds out that his son is pretty much on the naughty list and all that. But he ends up falling for his son's teacher played by Elizabeth Mitchell. Yeah, Santa Claus 2. Now, the original Santa Claus is still the best. I mean, it was really the film that brought Tim Allen to film stardom. But I quite got kicked out of Santa Claus 2. Santa Claus 3 was okay too, but Santa Claus 2 was great. I mean, besides Mitchell, you also had Judge Reinhold was back. The romantic chemistry between Tim Allen and Elizabeth Mitchell was terrific. This movie had loads of funny moments, like lots of romantic stuff here. Yeah, Santa Claus 2, I really got kicked out. Now, like I said, I still prefer the original Santa Claus, but Santa Claus 2 still holds up. I mean, it's a really good one. Alright. Coming in at number 6, it is The Holiday, directed by Nancy Meyers, starring Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet. Now, here you got these two different women from different towns. Like you got Kate Winslet, who's from England, while Cameron Diaz is from LA. So they end up swapping, pretty much swapping places. Like Cameron Diaz's character goes to the UK, where she falls for Jude Law's character, while Kate Winslet goes to LA, where she falls for Jack Black's character. It's a really nice, charming rom-com. I mean, the romantic chemistry with one another is great. Jude Law and Cameron Diaz both together. This was pretty cool. I really quite like the chemistry between Jack Black and Kate Winslet. It's directed by Nancy Meyers, who's like the queen of these type of rom-coms. Yeah, the Holiday is really terrific, really funny, charming, cute. And of course, great performances by Diaz, by Black, by Winslet, and Law. If you guys never seen The Holiday, it's a really good one. Coming in at number 5, it is Serendipity. Now, this is where this guy named Jonathan Traeger, played by John Cusack, meets this woman named Sarah Thomas, played by Kate Beckinsale, who are two strangers from New York City, and so their paths end up colliding in the mad holiday rush, as they also fall victim to a mutual attraction. And so, of course, despite the fact that much is involved in another relationship, Jonathan and Sarah ends up pretty much spending the evening wandering Manhattan, and they are falling for each other throughout the rest of the film. Now John Cusack. Now Cusack and Beckinsale, I thought they were both great in this. They both have really great chemistry. Serendipity is a really nice rom com. Like it's not really one of the best romantic comedies there is, to be honest with you, but it's still really good. It's like very cute. Great performances by Beckinsale and Cusack. If and of course it takes place around Christmas time. Although it's not really about Christmas, kind of like how kind of similar to Die Hard, where people always consider Die Hard a Christmas movie, despite not even being about Christmas. That kind of goes with Serendipity, but it's still a little bit counted. But yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't seen Serendipity, it's a really good one. Coming in at number 4, it is White Christmas, directed. Oh no, it's starring Bing Crosby. You got Danny Kaye, who of course they play like these guys who end up falling up for these who ends up falling for like these two sisters here. And yeah, White Christmas, of course, it had the iconic song White Christmas, sung by Bing Crosby. It's a really great Christmas music. It's also, very great romantic film. Yeah, White Christmas it's a Christmas classic in its own major. Really great film. If you guys haven't really seen White Christmas yet, give it a go. It's a classic. All right, coming in at number 3, it's another iconic classic music.
Do you have your ID?
And that is Meet Me in St. Louis. Now, this also stars Judy Garland, as well as Margaret O'Brien, Mary Astor, some really great cast members. And the comedy really focuses on these four sisters, of course, one of whom is played by Judy Garland, and it's on the cusp of the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair. And the film pretty much spotlight on the sisters' educations in the way of the world, which also includes like but also limited to like learning about life, love, and of course the prototypical boy next door. And it has some really great music in this, great romantic chemistry with Judy Garland and the lead boy in this. It is MGM, which of course Judy Garland's pretty big when it comes to MGM films. Yeah, Meet Me in St. Louis it's really classic holiday comedy right there. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a really good one. All right. Coming in at number 2, it is It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, come on, this is a quintessential Christmas film. Now, it's not really, I guess, I say full on a romantic film, but come on, the romantic chemistry that happens with George Bailey and his soon-to-be wife in this is amazing. I mean, their romance, of course, begins like towards the beginning, then towards the end they end up being married. But of course, of course you got the agent who ends up discussing George as we like see his like flashbacks and all. As of course George is about to jump off from a bridge and he ends up being rescued by a guardian angel and of course the angel shows George what his town would have looked like if he hadn't been for good deeds over the years and all. So yeah, George Bailey is really iconic character. You got James Stewart, was starring this. Directed by Frank Capra. You had Donna Reed who plays like his on-screen wife in this. Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life it's a Christmas classic. It's a Christmas movie that gets shown around the holidays almost every year, and it's actually also one of my favorite James Stewart films. It's a really great film. It's part romantic because they're all because because of course the romantic chemistry between George and Mary is really iconic. The kids scenes in this was really great. Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life is definitely one of the most classic Christmas movies there is. And if you guys haven't seen that, you're missing out on a classic film. Alright, now, my number one favorite Christmas romantic film of all time obviously goes. Now, this is a film you can literally watch on Valentine's Day and Christmas. That is Love Actually. I mean, it's a romantic film that pretty much takes place during each during like a it has lots of different stories in between, and I mean great cast. You got
No, it's not. The microphones are not there anymore.
lots of fun. Anyway, you got people like Chiwetel Ejiofor is in this, Keira Knightley, Liam Neeson, Alan Rickman. I mean, yeah, this has lots of interesting stories in it. Whether it's Liam Neeson playing this widower Daniel, who's trying to help his lonely son express his true feelings to his classmate. You also got Hugh Grant as the prime minister here. Alan Rickman was great, directed by Richard Curtis. Love Actually is fantastic. I mean, some of the I guess you could say it is like an anthology film. You could probably put it, but yeah, it has lots of great, interesting stories. A great script here. Great cast. I mean, if you guys never really seen Love Actually by now, do yourself a favor, give it a go. It probably has one of the best casts I've ever seen in a romantic comedy. And I mean, even females and males could really appreciate this film. There's lots of stuff to really appreciate about Love Actually, and yeah, it's amazing. If you guys haven't seen Love Actually by now, give it a go. To me, it's the best Christmas romantic film there is. Alright. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, Just Friends. 9, 12 Days of Christmas. 8, Dear Santa. 7, The Santa Claus Show. 6, The Holiday. 5, Serendipity. 4, White Christmas. 3, Meet Me in St. Louis. 2, It's a Wonderful Life. And 1, Love Actually. Now, there's also other Christmas romantic movies I probably could have added. Lots of Hallmark films I could have added. There's a Christmas Prince, a Christmas Kiss, the Holiday Calendar, Spirit of Christmas, Christmas Inheritance, Four Christmases, The Family Stone. Lots of interesting Christmas romantic comics around. Or romance period. Let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite Christmas romantic films? Drop a comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This year's Team Movie signing off.